And the third email today comes to us from, there's no name attached to this. So, all right, hey, John, did you hear that Fantastic Beasts 3 will be delayed because it's bigger than the first two movies combined? Do you think they might be trying to overachieve in this movie if that's true? Thanks. All right, thanks a lot for the email. And, okay, so here's the thing. We heard a little while ago that the third film in the Fantastic Beasts franchise was being delayed. I think they were already supposed to be in production on it, and there were delays. Some thought it might be because of Ezra Miller's schedule and some other things, whatever. But it was delayed. Now, one of the stars of the franchise, Dan Fogler, he came out and he just made these comments about why the delay happened. And this is what Dan Fogler said. He said, yeah, we start in the fall, so they're going to start shooting later this year. The movie is going to be gigantic. The reason we were given is that the movie is bigger than the first two combined. I find that very hard to believe, but whatever. It's going to be bigger than the first two combined. They needed more time to prep, and they didn't want to rush anything back, so they pushed it back. All right, so that's Dan Fogler, and I don't doubt that. I think that's what he was told. But there are a couple things here that I do not believe. Number one, I don't believe that this third one's going to be bigger than the first two combined. Really? Really? Because they were pretty big. As a matter of fact, Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald cost $200 million to make. Are you saying Fantastic Beasts 3 is going to be like a $380 million movie to make? I doubt that. No, I doubt that entirely. This is not going to be bigger than the first two combined. Not at all. But the other thing that makes me kind of go, what? Like, that makes me go, I don't know that I'm buying what you're selling, is because of this reality. And the reality is this, is that Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald took a pretty significant nosedive from the first Fantastic Beasts film to the point that it almost didn't break even. So look, the first Fantastic Beasts film, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, made $814 million. Very respectable. Very respectable. On about $160 million budget, somewhere in that neighborhood. That's very respectable. It's great. It's a hit. Here's the problem with The Crimes of Grindelwald, though. Crimes of Grindelwald, they spent more money on it. They spent $200 million on that movie. Now, general rule of thumb, you need to make a little over triple your budget to break even, right? Fantastic Beasts of Crimes of Grindelwald does do that, but it barely crawled over being even. They spent more money on it, and it made less. And it's not, and it's fine if like the first one made $1.2 billion and the second one made $900 million. Okay, that's a decline, but it's still hugely in the profitable area, right? It's like even if Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them made $1.3 billion and then Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald came out and made $900 million. Okay, that's a $400 million drop, but it's still $900 million. Still a massive, massive hit. Still hugely profitable. Yeah. The problem is when you get into a sequel where you're spending $200 million on the production budget, which means you probably got to make somewhere around 615 just to break even. And your total box office is 652. That's, I mean, yay, we didn't lose money, but that's not exactly the results they were hoping for. That's not what they were looking for. And I believe this, and again, this is me as a fan giving you my thoughts and my opinion and my speculation. I'm claiming no insider information here, okay? I'm just saying for me as a fan, and by the way, I liked Fantastic Beasts of Crimes of Grindelwald. I thought it was better than the first one. I did. I liked it. Anyway, I know a bunch of you didn't. Totally cool. As an audience member, I can't help but feel that these box office results has caused Warner Brothers to scramble a bit and go, wait a minute. Our direction isn't working. Not everybody loved Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and even fewer people loved Crimes of Grindelwald. Our box office dropped to the point that we barely broke even. That's a problem. I think the reason they have delayed production is because they are reworking and rethinking things out. I don't think it's because the next one, as Dan was told, the next one's bigger than the first two combined. Really? Really? I don't believe that. I don't think Dan's lying. I just think Dan's repeating what he's been told, but I don't believe what he's been told. I don't believe that. I think they're scrambling to rework their direction. They're scrambling to rework their script. They're scrambling to do lots of, and I think that's what delayed it. Again, that's just fan speculation on my part. That is strictly fan speculation. I can't back that up. I'm not saying I've been told by an insider at Warner Brothers, nothing like that. That's just my fan speculation. But let me ask you guys, do you buy this whole thing? Do you buy that the reason they delayed Fantastic Beasts was because it's so big? It's like, really? You didn't know it was going to be big 6 months ago? You didn't know Fantastic Beasts 3 was going to be so big whatever ago when you wrote the script, and you're just realizing now, wait a minute, we just figured out that this is a really big movie. We need more time. Really? You didn't know that before? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think they're reworking things, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. That could turn out and give us a better movie. I'm just saying I don't buy it. Do you guys buy it, though? Do you think what Dan Fogler is saying is actually accurate? Jump down to the comments section and let me know your thoughts.